Guys, use max muscle to beat father time. Far too often, I'm hearing middle aged men, 35 and over, telling me that they've just gotten too old to lift. And so many of these guys are looking at this because they're experiencing some pain in their bodies and they're worried that lifting is going to lead to them getting hurt worse. The truth of the matter is, you're not hurting because you're older, you're hurting because you're allowing your body to atrophy. What we're going to talk about today are the top 5 reasons why every man should be in the weight room, especially in the middle of middle age. What we want to focus on here isn't even just about bodybuilding. Listen, I do believe that every man owes it to himself. He owes it to his family to craft and build a body that he is proud of. But at the end of the day, the reasons we want to do this go far beyond just aesthetics. First up, TRT is all the rage. I've always been very vocal and honest about the fact that I am on TRT. I've been on TRT for 6 years. I recommend any man that's in their middle ages, if you are experiencing any of the signs and symptoms that comes with low testosterone, brain fog, if you're tired, you're moody, if your sex drive is gone, if your exercise tolerance is low, go ahead and get your blood pulled. What I'm never going to recommend to you to do is to go buy some steroids or do DECA or Winstrol, anything crazy like that. If you want to do it, I'm not going to judge you either. That's just not going to be my recommendation. But one of the things you can do if you are on the fence about TRT, if you have these concerns about it, before you even get your blood panel pulled, you can reignite your testosterone naturally. After 30, our testosterone levels drop like bad stock. But what we know, resistance training, especially compound lifts like squats, deadlifts, these can help spike your testosterone and growth hormone levels. This will lead to a boosted libido, drive, recovery, and mental sharpness. You don't necessarily need to do an injection or pills. Just start with the iron. Lifting doesn't just build your body, gentlemen. It resurrects your masculinity. As I said earlier, tip number 2, the reason number 2 you should be doing this is you're going to combat father time with muscle mass. And I want you to stop for a second. You lose 3 to 5% of your muscle mass every decade after 30. So that means you're going to be 3% smaller and weaker at 40 if you allow it to happen. Listen, it's not aging, it's atrophy. There's study after study that has proven that lifting weights, this will combat this decline head on. It's going to help you preserve lean tissue and keeps you strong, mobile, and metabolically active into your 50s and 60s and beyond. Guys, I have seen men in the herd absolutely change their body in their 50s. But my recommendation to you is, guys, don't wait until you're 50 to try to start moving that snowball uphill, because that's what's going to happen. For all of you out there that are in your mid-30s, you're starting to come into midlife, the time is now. I don't care if you've never worked out in your life. I don't care if this is going to be something that you start. But as we pointed out, that 3 to 5% drop every decade, it's only going to speed up if you're not helping it. If you're sleeping like crap, if you're eating horrible, if you're not being hydrated, and then on top of that, you're not being active, guys, you're going to see your body go downhill quickly. But you can change it. You can start literally today lifting and training. Reason number 3 is it's going to bulletproof your joints and bones. And I think this is the thing that's going to shock people the most, is because so often guys say, well, I don't want to lift because of my joints. But the truth of the matter is that we can combat it. As a matter of fact, osteoporosis isn't just a woman's problem. After 40, bone density plummets. But there's a saying when it comes to bone density, form follows function. When I talk to people about this, one of the things that I like to point out, if you've ever seen that Disney cartoon, Wall-E, there's this scene where he gets on the ship and he basically gets to see the de-evolution of humans. And part of the thought behind this is because they're in space, they're not having the effects of gravity, and that was what caused them to rapidly de-evolve. But it's very similar for you guys. If you are not putting strain on your bones and you're not putting strain on your tendons, you're not giving them a reason to be strong. Lifting stimulates bone growth and reinforces your ligaments and your tendons to keep your body structurally sound. This is a truth. If you don't use it, you lose it. And that's why I try to tell middle-aged guys, listen, you're not fragile, you're just untrained. Now, I'm not telling you to run out and jump and start trying to PR on bench or max out your deadlift and crush your squats on day one. But we can absolutely start strength training today. Number 4, it's going to help you win that mental war. Lifting is therapy. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We have seen studies that shows that an exercise training program is 1.5 times more effective than just therapy alone. It's going to help you build grit, discipline, and the ability to suffer on purpose. And this is where character building comes from. Because if you are the person that develops the discipline to go do what you don't want to do for the benefit of you, your health, your family, then you're going to become the type of person that can easily weather any storm that comes. Guys, you don't need to worry about getting on more mental pills. You need to put more plates on the bar. Tip 5, and this is like so near and dear to me. You know, a lot of people got mad one time because I made this post, and it's a famous photo of a fit, in shape, well, I believe it was a police officer, and he was carrying this man's wife through a flood. His wife and his baby. And behind him was an out of shape man that was carrying the purse. And people got mad because I said this, but I can tell you right now, you can take this to the bank. Ain't nobody ever going to have to carry my kids. Ain't nobody going to ever have to carry my wife so long as I'm standing up straight. I am going to have the physical capacity. You want to help out? You grab the bag. But another man isn't going to have to come in and rescue my family because I'm not physically fit to do this. It isn't just about you. And this is part of the reason why I get so mad at men that allow themselves to just fucking fall apart. You're 250, 300 pounds of just straight fat. It's not muscle. We're going to have a hard time getting you to rescue you, yet alone the people that are supposed to be looking. You're supposed to be superhero. And you were putting the responsibility of someone else to save you and your family in other people's hands. But you can do this. The community needs you strong. Your family needs you strong, not just emotionally, but physically. Lifting does make you capable, it makes you functional, and it makes you dangerous in all the best way. Weak men will become burdens. Strong men become pillars. Now, at the end of the day, 2 surprising things that you may not have saw coming is that lifting improves brain function. Studies have shown that if you add resistance training, it's going to improve your memory. You're going to be able to remember what your wife told you you're going to be doing in 2 weeks. You're going to be more focused, and your cognitive speed is going to be up. Why? Because we see an increase in blood flow to the brain that releases BDNF, a brain growth hormone, literally making the brain sharper by helping sharpen neural connections. You literally get smarter with every set, and you can start doing weight math really quick. Think of this as reps for the brain. Bonus 2, we kind of talked about this earlier with 5, it can reverse the symptoms of depression as better than antidepressants. Clinical research has shown this. Consistent resistance training is effective, if not more, than SSRIs for treating mild to moderate depression. Now, again, before people jump in the comments, we're not telling you that if you have major mental health issues that lifting weights is going to fix it. The plain simple truth is, most people don't have major mental health issues. They have minor ones. And this is going to be a great way to help elevate your mood, get you out of that funk, and get you back on here. You don't need to numb the pain. You need to live through it. Listen, my final takeaway for you guys is if you're over 35 and you're not lifting weights, you're aging, you're decaying. But this decay doesn't have to be your destiny. Discipline can fix this. You can absolutely make a decision today. And no one can do it until you make a decision. But understand this, my brother. A decision isn't made until action is taken. If you want to turn back the hands of Father Time, if you want to keep the old man away for another day, then make sure that you decide and act on beginning your strength training program right now. If you have any questions, by all means, guys, shoot us a comment, send us an email. We're happy to answer them for you. And I hope you take this message to heart and start living your life head down, up, salute.